must be some work coming up, which is a good thing.
There is, and I wanna like caution you in terms of like um, what I've been finding is that they're doing especially the military bases now, are using their HARP and they're using their Gwen frequencies through the cell phone towers, through the electric wires and the wiring that goes into people's homes, and they're actually doing a lot of like astral projection. I'm finding a lot of holographic, like a lot of holographic implants, a lot of holographic programming. They have a new technology now, so I wanted to make you aware that causes people harm, that it gets them distorted. They get like, I have two cases now in a week that have come up where I've literally been able to see this holograph that they project on individuals that they're testing it on. So just heads up on that. It's the same kind of thing, Fred,
Right.
but different, a little different than an entity, because it's man actually programming these thoughts through their sound, light, frequency equipment that they have, which is ET equipment that they've retrofitted, where they project out these thoughts or these projections to an individual and attack them.
Well, I'm close to a base, and of course, in Alaska here we have HARP.
Yep.
Another interesting thing is that in this apartment complex, there are 8 apartments in my building.
Yep.
There are 8 in Liz's. In my building, I'm the only one with a smart meter. In Liz's building, she's the
only one with a smart meter.
Yeah, I'm the only one in the building that has a smart meter. Liz is the only one in her building that has a smart meter.
So that's why you're moving, right? Is because you don't want those smart meters, or what?
Well, Dad, and I've been told that something's going to happen, that we're going to have to move. And now they're widening the highway. It's going to be right up against us, and now they're going to remodel out front here, and it's just going to be noisier and a fiasco, and
So we got you filled up with energy right on time, then.
Oh, yeah.
So that you could pack your stuff and move somewhere.
Ended up being a mess. I just stopped in the middle, yeah. But I'm packing out again already, yeah.
That's great. Well, I'm glad we could talk about this, and I'm glad I could give you heads up of what technology they're starting to use. And as you know, I'm always 10 steps ahead of them.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing. I figured something was going on when I looked, and I saw I was the only one in the building with a smart meter. And I went over and looked at Liz's, and she's the only one in her building with a smart meter.
Yeah, so you guys are being attacked, basically, directly.
Yeah, that's no accident, you know. That's no accident at all.
That's to monitor you guys, and also to mess up your heart. Basically, it does really mess up with your heart.
Yeah. I've had high blood pressure lately that started.
That's why.
Right.
That's why. It's basically smart meters, cell phone towers, cell phones, all these people that they think they're really hip because they have the cell phone 6, the big one. They think that they're the hippest things on earth, and they're the most toxic. That's why I keep my i4. I don't want an i6.
Right.
Because they're the most toxic, highly radioactive iPhones on the planet, and there you are playing with your iPhone, you know.
Yeah.
So
you're in your pocket all day long. And
right. So that's the other thing that people need to be aware of.
It's not even smart.
That's smart. I call these dumb phones, and I call your phone a smartphone. Because you're smart not to carry a highly, electromagnetic, radiation-producing phone.
I don't even take it with me all the time when I leave the house.
That's great.
It's not controlling me. I own the phone. It doesn't own me, you know?
Yep.
So, and if I'm going to leave town, I'll take it and we'll turn it on. And, yes, and that's a good thing.
Yep.
That's a good thing. And, of course, like you say, so the darkest before the dawn thing, they're going to let loose their biggest worst just before the end.
Exactly.
So right gets to where we think, oh, no, it's dark, will we ever win? That's when the next day it'll be over. It's kind of thing.
Yeah.
So the sun will come back out and the light will shine everywhere.
Exactly. Well, awesome, Fred. Thank you for this.
Oh, anytime. It's the least I could do. You've saved my life a couple of times here, and I can't thank you enough.
How did I do that?
I pulled those things out. The first ones were physically attacking me, and they threw me in an ambulance and took me to the hospital. Of course, they didn't see anything. I saw the X-ray. It's not that my lungs were cloudy; my whole chest was cloudy.
Oh my God! So there was an entity inside of you that big.
Yeah, there were three. Well, there were three.
There were three of them, right?
They were coming three at a time, and I'd get them out, and three'd come back. And I'd get them out, and within 3 or 4 hours, they'd be back. You said, there's a portal in between, this was the first group, in between your pituitary and or your pineal, and it was a portal that I had tried to close, and it was huge. I shouldn't have tried that. But it was huge. And somehow, I don't know how, but it got inside of me. So when I cleared them out, 3 or 4 hours later, they'd be back.
Right.
And so after 4 days, and that was the physical attack, I could hear and feel pops in my chest. It's like whistle popping. Pop, pop, and it would hurt. So the first attack was physical. The second one was more mental, like insanity. They were crazy with anger and pain, and they were insane beings. And there was one point where I grabbed my head and said, no, 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 you don't. Oh. And then I said, okay, time to go for somebody, you know. Like after I messed around trying to get them out for 3 days, and no matter what I did, and I didn't realize how many there were in that ball. It was just a huge...
No, it was a huge ball. Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing that something like that can fit in a human. It's just amazing. But so, yeah, the first one was a physical attack, and the second one was a mental attack.
A mental attack. And then you called, right, I remember that I, like, intuitively was working on you without you asking me, like when you told me the next day that you'd been to the hospital and back. And then we did the session, and then finally, like when we did the session, we were able to remove all of them, right?
Right, yeah. They all came out.
And then you were cleared of feeling like you're going to get a heart attack or something. That was all gone. So the heart attack like symptoms were really not a heart attack. They were really entities that had overcome your body, physical body, and were causing havoc, right?
They were literally sucking the life force out of me.
Right, out of your heart, or trying to, basically. Yeah.
They certainly were. And I did a cord cutting real quick. I even took an obsidian knife and did a little ceremony and cut right across here. And and that helped, because it was like something was outside helping.
Yeah.
So it helped, but it didn't get rid of it.
Right.
But yeah, there was a lot of chest pain associated with it, and pain down the left arm, just like a heart attack.
Like a heart attack, right? Yeah.
But loud pops. People couldn't hear them, even with a stethoscope, but I could hear it.
You could hear it inside of yourself, yeah.
I could hear it and feel it, yeah. Pop, and I go, oh! I think, what's the matter? You didn't hear that? You know, pop, oh! And it was really like gristle or bone, you know, it was really weird.
So I want to kind of like recall this. So you were going through all that, and then you sent me an email, and then we actually did a session, right? And it took me what, like 5, 10, it was about 15 minutes, right, to finally remove the entities. And then it took another, like, we did like a half-hour session is what I remember. And the next 15 minutes, you started to feel better, and all of a sudden you started to feel clear, and you didn't feel the pain in your heart, you know, and you felt like clearer. But what was interesting about this is that this led to the other entities, which I think were part of the same thing, that I didn't really see, or those symptoms didn't come up, that were in your adrenal glands, that were sucking the life out of your adrenal glands. And I think they were connected to the same group of entities that were attacking your heart and and then attacking your adrenal glands. So it's interesting how, you know, we're proceeding through all these different portals and different entities and different things, that how they're affecting us. So they're not really like the old kind of poltergeists, you know?
No. Totally, weird. And I thought it was odd that one was a physical attack, one was a mental attack. Just totally different. But both of them were strong. I'm glad it was me, you know, instead of somebody just walking down the street.
Oh yeah, because they would have definitely thought they had a heart attack, and then they would have said they were crazy and probably put them in, you know, try to put them in an insane asylum because the person would have thought, you know, I'm getting a heart attack and I'm not.
Oh, and I wonder how many people that these things have hurt and how long they've been doing.
Oh, a long, long time. I mean,
it's horrible. It is.
It is.
Innocent people, you know, and family people and kids. So yeah, it's a good. And since then, I talked to Ed again, and he said in March, a group that he knows closed a huge portal also. So apparently, there are groups like you guys and us and all over that are looking for these portals.
You better believe it. You better believe that. You know, there's a lot of us that I don't even want to call us light workers. I want to call us like star walkers. You know, is really what we are, because we came from other universes, other planets, other, you know, other galaxies.
Right.
And we knew that this time was coming, where it's kind of like the same experiment that happened on Atlantis.
Right.
You know, where the dark beings that were in Atlantis that took Atlantis down are here now doing the same thing. And so we've been called back to close all these portals, to get things realigned. You know, because we are aligned with Prime Creator, that we have that ability to quickly see everything and get everything back into alignment. You, me, Ed, all these different groups.
Right.
You know, so there's a huge community of us. And getting stronger and bigger, and that's basically why we'll be victorious. And they won't.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just doing my little thing, but if I see something that I can't handle or need help, I'm lucky, and people have said that. You know a lot of interesting people. I said, yes, I do know who to go to for help. I do. Thing.
Well, that's great. We just, you know, the way I look at it is we're all one big team.
We are.
One big Star Walker team that is helping mitigate all these, you know, nasty situations that are happening all across the globe.
Right.
So I totally want to thank you for your time. I'm gonna close this video out, and you have a great, awesome day where you could pack all your stuff, Fred.
I am, dear. You have a great day too. Okay.
Thanks.